Good afternoon, Spuds Country. Welcome to game number 3 of the Big Ole tournament in Alexandria, Minnesota. This game is set to match up your Moorhead Spuds against the Sioux Falls Flyers in the final game of pool play. Your Moorhead Spuds come into this one currently with a record of 0-2, but look to take revenge over the Flyers on their loss during their home tournament. Spuds will be skating left to right, wearing their home orange with a black and white trim. Flyers will be wearing their navy blue. At least I believe it's navy blue. Navy blue with the orange trim and skating right to left on your radio dial. Spuds gather around their bench, or gather around their net. Flyers gather around their bench. As soon as I have or can see who the starters are for Moorhead, I will let you know. Starting in goal for Moorhead will be number 3, Addie Andel. On the blue line will be number 18, Kinsey Johnson. Number 6, Ava Dufault. Up front will be number 3, Molly Hockett, and number 7, Lauren Ness, centered up by number 4, Caitlin Shirley. Puck is down. We are underway. Set over onto the far side boards. Flyers get pinched up against the wall. They get sent over onto the near side boards and taken away by Dufault. Dufault sends it back the other direction. Shirley with it now, enters the zone. Drops it off for Hockett. Hockett shot. Goes all the way over onto the far side boards, picked up there by Meyer from Sioux Falls. Thrown back into the corner. Will be pinched up against the back wall. Hockett and 2 Flyers. And Shirley, I believe, was the other Moorhead skater. Along the near side boards. Now Dufault is there to pick it loose. Flyers come away with it. They bring it out to center ice, near side. Shoveled ahead, Guerrera. All the way down into the Moorhead zone. Carried back behind the net and handled. Johnson sends it off the wall and out through center. Chased all the way down into the Sioux Falls zone. Hanukkah and Harris. He gets sent all the way over onto the far side wall where Dufault kicks it back behind the net. Or Cutter, excuse me. Near side boards now. Sioux Falls looks clear, held into the blue line, thrown back behind the net. Picked up far side Harris. Out through center, it's going to go all the way down into the Moorhead zone. That one will get called back on icing. 15:28 first period, Goose Eggs for a score. Faceoff goes back down into the Flyers zone on the far side. Lee and Murray, it looked like, from Sioux Falls. Puck comes over onto the near side boards. Lee has it stripped off her step. Sioux Falls takes it the other direction. Dumped into the Moorhead zone, far side. Kicked right back out from Oaks. Will be taken away at the half line and sent right back down into the near side, or the far side of the Moorhead zone. Oaks now in the corner. Brought right into the side of the slot. Shot goes just wide and onto the backboard. Lee now in the far side corner. Ahead to Hendrickson. Stolen away by Sioux Falls. Dumped back into the corner. And brought around the near side. Cleared out to center. Taken Guerrera. Now the other Guerrera. I'm going to have to take a closer look at my book because apparently we have 2 Guerreras. Held up near side boards. Allmendinger chips it loose. She brings it across the top of the slot and carries it out to center. Drives it all the way down in, brings it in near side. Shot. Kick save by the Sioux Falls goalminder. I will get you her name here in just a second. Down to the far side corner. Puck will get kicked all the way over onto the near side. And then turn back the other direction. Murray. Shot. Swenson goes just wide. Held into the blue line near side. Allmendinger, she tries for the shot that got blocked out in front. Puck bounces out to center. Flipped in down into the near side corner. Puck will slide all the way around onto the far side wall. Dufault to kick it right back the other direction. It's going to slide out to center. Sioux Falls has to reset, but they don't, so they'll end up offside. 13:36. 1-0 in favor of Moorhead on the shots. Dufault with it now inside of her own zone. Backhands off the board, goes back and picks it up, sends it ahead to Shirley. Shirley dumps it in near side and gives chase. Gathered up in the far side, or in the near side corner. Harris, she'll send it all the way around to the far side boards, where it's turned back the other direction off the stick of Ness. Ness now with it down in the far side corner. Back behind the net, handled by the Flyers. It'll be sent out to center. It's going to float all the way down into the Moorhead zone, but get run down by Johnson and Nelson. Both of them go down right behind the goal line. Nelson pops up first. She has it stripped away by Shirley. Shirley's going to take it the other direction now. Shirley and Hockett, 2-on-2, going the other way. Shirley ahead to Hockett. Hockett, shot, save. Down into the far side corner and comes up the half wall. Shirley now at the blue line to Oakes. Handled by Sioux Falls, flipped up high and out of play right into the Sioux Falls bench. So we'll have a face-off just outside the Sioux Falls zone. Looks like it's going to be number 30. Will be Maura Lincoln for Sioux Falls. Face-off far side is won by the Spuds. It'll be controlled by Sioux Falls. Sent all the way around onto the near side wall. Pushed back at the corner. Allmendinger. And then sent out to center from Sioux Falls. Oakes with it now. Has it knocked free. Allmendinger just inside of her own zone. Allmendinger ahead to Strand. Strand over to Cutter. Cutter backhands it into the Sioux Falls defensive zone. Picked up far side Horner. Back behind the net. It'll be pulled free by Zoe Guerrera and sent the length of the ice. Chased all the way down into the far side corner of the Moorhead zone. Pesca and Allmendinger. Pesca shot. Save. Andel, she almost was able to pick up the rebound, but it was cleared out to the far side by the Spuds. Went all the way out to center ice. Sioux Falls will have to reset. Murray tried to drive it into the top of the slot. Allmendinger was there to knock it free. Puck gets sent the length of the ice. It'll go all the way down into the near side of the Sioux Falls zone. No icing. Handled far side now. Pulled free Lee. Lee gets pinched up against the wall. It comes out up to the blue line to Johnson. Johnson sends it back down in behind the net. Lee pinches a Sioux Falls skater up against the wall. Puck gets set high up and into the air. Black will pick it up near side, send it back around over to far. Lee and Guerrera, Lily Guerrera. Flyers come away with it. They are able to kick it out to center. Dufault sends it back the other direction, right at her near side of her own blue line. Right back to Dufault. She carries it up to the half line and lets it fly, resulting in an icing. Play will come back to the Moorhead zone on the near side. Steen, and I believe it's Zoe Guerrera to face off. Puck kicked out to center by Swenson. Swenson hard and fast right down the middle. Looks for the shot, has it knocked off her stick. It'll end up down in the near side corner. All the way around onto the far side wall. Strand fights for it. Pops up to Oakes, who sends it back down low. Oakes at center ice now. Chips it free. Strand comes away with it. Strand carries it into the zone far side. Gets pinched up against the wall. It comes back up to Oakes and then slides out to center. Allmendinger now with Guerrera. Guerrera tried for the shot. Allmendinger was there to knock it down. Oakes now near side corner. Pulled out by the Flyers. Be handled right along the far side wall. Cross ice centering pass. Shot goes high and over the top of the net and off the back glass. Oakes picks it up on the in the near side corner. Oakes to Strand, out to center, dumped right back into the Moorhead zone. Spuds are going to turn it right back out. Swenson far side. Tries to get a handle on it. Lily Guerrero is there to pull it away. Flyers back out through center now. Far side. It'll be carried, dumped into the Moorhead zone. Black and Dufault both go down. Puck comes free back behind the net. Allmendinger, Shirley, centering pass, comes all the way up to the point. Shot gets redirected by Ness up into the air. Allmendinger picks it up behind the net. Sends it out to center to Shirley. Shirley hard and fast, far side, brings it around over to the near, looks for the shot, takes the shot. Save by Lincoln. Over to the far side boards now. Hockett. She gets pinched up against the wall. Puck comes free. Shirley comes away with it. Shirley shot. Chest pad save. Rebound loose. Shot is going to be turned over and slides all the way out into center ice. Shirley bounces it back the other direction. Hockett carries it into the zone. I don't know if she was tripped or lost an edge. It'll be Johnson now out at center who sends it back in. Shirley kicks it over to the near side boards. Hockett picks it up, centers it up. Centering pass will be turned away. Shirley shot, puck loose on the side of the net. Flyers come away with it. They have Ness. She has Ness in her pocket, but she's able to drive it all the way up the blue line and flips all the way down into the Moorhead zone. Turned right back out, Johnson. Now in the Flyers zone, Zoe Guerrera. Stolen away right in front of the Moorhead bench. Shirley takes it back to the direction, sends it high and wide over the net into the near side corner. Held up along the near side half wall. Flyers are able to pick it loose. Out to center. Horner has it knocked free. Spuds turn it back the other direction. Right at the Sioux Falls blue line. Flyers are able to pick it loose. Down into the Moorhead zone. Shot off the stick of Pesca. Right as she broke into the Moorhead zone, was swallowed up by Andel. Faceoff comes to the near side between Cutter, 16, and Murray, 16. All the way around behind the net and onto the far side boards. Lindbergh is able to clear it out. It'll be pushed right back into the Moorhead end by Lucy Nelson from Sioux Falls, resulting in an offside. 6:50 first period, 4-2 on shots in favor of Moorhead. Oakes with the control, bumped out by Allmendinger. Hanika couldn't get a stick on it, but the Spuds are able to send it deep behind the Sioux Falls net. Down to the on the far side wall. Controlled by Moorhead, sent back behind the net, picked up by Sioux Falls. Wraparound shot. Shot the goal! Moorhead is on the board first. Who is leading the charge? Hanika. Hanika with the go-ahead goal puts Spuds up 1-0. With 6:27 to go here in the first period. Face off at center. Lee and Zoe Guerrera. Off the boards and into the Moorhead zone. Turned right back out. Courtesy of Johnson goes all the way in deep into the Sioux Falls zone. Far side now. Sioux Falls is able to clear. Johnson turns it right back in. Retzer picks it up and carries it in near side. Puts the brakes on down in the corner. Two Sioux Falls skater come in. Dufault steps in to help. Puck slides free. Carried out through center. Cross ice pass. Nobody home. Sioux Falls ran in offside. So we'll have a face-off on the far side right in front of the Spuds bench. Lee and Murray to match up. He bounced down into the Moorhead zone momentarily and turned right back out off the stick of Johnson. Far side crash right in front of the announcer's bench. Puck will go rolling all the way into the Sioux Falls zone. Watson now behind her own net. Sends it along the far side boards. Lee gets tripped, but still sends it down into the corner. Retzer now. Handle along the back wall, Murray. All the way around over to Johnson near side, who sends it back down deep. Sioux Falls was there to pick it loose and clear it out to center. Spuds have to reset. Dufault dumps it in near side. Goes all the way around into the far side corner. Lee is there. Can't get a handle on it. It's going to be turned the other direction by Nelson. Slides out to center. Spuds will have to reset. Allmendinger dumped it in a half a second too soon. Spuds ended up offside. 4:58, first period. 1-0 Moorhead lead, 5-2 in favor of Moorhead on shots. Steen and Zoe Guerrera from Sioux Falls matched up just outside, down into the Moorhead end. Allmendinger turns it the other direction. Off the wall, Zoe Guerrera is there as it enters her own zone. She can't hang on to it. Allmendinger out front, shot! It'll get covered up by Lincoln. She'll keep this game a 1-0 Moorhead game. Face-off comes to the near side, glove side of Lincoln. Allmendinger at the blue line, sends it back behind the net. Sioux Falls picks it up. They look to clear. Oakes was there to strip it loose. Bouncing puck finds its way out to center. Allmendinger comes streaking cross ice. She's able to clear it out right back to center to Steen. Strand now tries to steer around Guerrera. Can't do it. Puck gets knocked back into Moorhead zone to Allmendinger. Allmendinger ahead all the way down into the Sioux Falls zone. Swenson and Peterson back behind the net. Swenson is going to be called for a slash, I'm guessing now.
Don't argue with the ref, Haley.
Believe that was going to be the call. Ref can't skate. He's carrying on a conversation with her. Swenson gets called for hooking. 4:04. Wrong side for the power play. There we go. Got that fixed. Face-off comes back down into the Moorhead end between Zoe Guerrera and Caitlin Shirley from Moorhead. Guerrero wins the draw. Puck gets sent down into the near side corner where it's controlled momentarily by Dufault, but she gets pinched up against the wall. Sioux Falls tries to come away with it. It'll be held up back behind the Moorhead net. Fought for, centering pass over to Guerrera, or Horner. Horner couldn't get a handle on it, and it slides all the way down into the Fargo zone.
Fargo?
Sioux Falls. I should just put a headset on you. Back behind the Fargo.
Oh my God.
Sioux Falls clears it out to center. We got a foot race between Dufault and Lily Guerrera. Puck ends up down in the corner. Shirley pinches the Sioux Falls skater up against the net. Centering pass, brought in, carried in, shot, and will save with 3:08 to go and 1:04 left on the penalty kill. Fargo. What a day, what a day. Fargo's number 6. Oh, I'm just kidding. Murray and Cutter square off. Shot, far side blue line, save, Andel. Puck ends up back behind the net. Allmendinger, hard and off the wall. It's going to go the length of the ice. Lincoln will grab it right at her own goal line. 48 seconds left on the penalty kill. Oh, for kidding me. All right, now we're going to go to a 5-on-3. Hockett got called for tripping. That was kind of weak, but who am I to argue with the ref? So faceoff comes back down into the Moorhead end. Allmendinger, Oakes, and Cutter against a host of Sioux Falls Flyers. Allmendinger back behind the net. Has it stripped off her stick. Over to the near side now, up to the blue line. Blue line shot, save, Andel. 29 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Face off again will come to the near side between Cutter and Zoe Guerrero this time. Guerrero wins the draw up to blue line. Cross ice over. Back over to the center. Face-off circle. Shot, save, puck loose. Spuds clear. Slides all the way out to center, where it's picked up by the Flyers over the near side now. Down into the Moorhead zone. Shot goes wide of the net. It'll come all the way back over the near side blue line. Shot. Save, Andel. Swenson's out of the box. Spuds are down one man. 5-on-4. Or 5-on-4. 4-on-5. Zoe Guerrero and Maddie Cutter once again to square up. Near side now. Sent top of the slot. Shot. Blocked. Lindbergh. That one bounced all the way out to center, forcing the Flyers to reset. On the near side. Cutter pushes it the other direction. It's going to go all the way down into the far side corner. 55 seconds left on the penalty kill. Flyers near side now. Harris. Out to Guerrero. Zoe Guerrero dumps it in. It'll end up on the near side. Picked up back behind the Moorhead net. Dufault off the wall, hard and fast. Ref said it was touched by Lindbergh. It ended up all the way down back behind the Fargo net. Ref gets run over. Puck comes all the way in onto the near side corner once again. Turned out to center. Johnson loses an edge. Carried into the Moorhead zone. Lucy Nelson. Dufault is there. But Nelson was able to get the shot on Andel, and Andel gets the save. "16 seconds left on the Moorhead penalty kill. 8-5 in favor of Sioux Falls on the shots. 1-0 in favor of Moorhead. 1 minute left in the period. Shot from the blue line. Kick save, Andel. Allmendinger collects, sends it up hard and fast off the wall, bounces out to center. It'll be Lily Guerrero who picks it up. Can't get a handle on it. It'll end up all the way down back behind the Sioux Falls net. Near side now Black. Tries to send it out to center. Shot, Lee. Knocked down by Lincoln and covered up. Spuds are back at full strength with 36.4 seconds to go in the period. Face-off will be near side of the Flyers zone. Pushed down into the corner. Brought around to the near side. Zoe Guerrero tries to clear. She sends it ahead out to neutral. Down into the Moorhead zone, knocked free. Allmendinger. Spuds are able to kick it right back out to center. Held up out at center now. Peterson. Brought in near side. Pesca. Shot. Blocked away. Andel. Back over on the near side boards. 4 seconds. 3. Spuds are able to kick it out to center. And that's how we're going to wrap up this first period. And you are correct. They are going to shovel the ice. So we're going to take a break and go find a hot area to stand and warm up. And we'll be back in roughly 10 to 12 minutes. You're watching Spuds Hockey on Krabby Toad Studios TV. Wake up, everybody! That was not a goal horn. Technically, it was a goal horn, but just making sure that you're all awake. We are back to start the second. Your Moorhead Spuds are currently engaged in battle with the Sioux Falls Flyers. They lead this contest 1-0. Shots on goal are 10-6 in favor of Moorhead. Spuds control the draw at center ice. Johnson just inside of her own zone. Held up along the near side board, centering pass. Shirley is going to turn it back over to the side. Spuds look to clear. It's held back behind the net by Zoe Guerrera. Zoe Guerrera, far side, drops it off to Lily Guerrera. Not sure if that's her sister or cousin. Puck held up right along the blue line. Spuds try to clear. He bounced around and down into the side of the slot where it's going to be cleared out by the Spuds. All the way down into the Sioux Falls zone, right on to Lincoln, who will kick it over on the near side boards. Ness, Shirley can't hold on to it, gets sent out to center. Murray now far or near side. Murray and Allmendinger fight for it. It'll break loose and slide back behind the net. Allmendinger has it picked off her stick, side of the net, shot, save, Andel. Puck slid all the way out to center off the rebound. Was Harris, who comes streaking across, tried to save the zone but couldn't do it, so Sioux Falls ends up offside. Yeah, I can't talk. It's cold in here. Face off near side, just outside the Flyers zone, or just outside the Moorhead zone. Harris dumped in, all the way back behind the Moorhead net. Oakes and Gray run it down in the far side corner. Pitched up against the wall now. Peterson. Peterson comes away with the centering pass, turned back over to the sidewall. Kaylee Peterson sends it back behind the Moorhead net. Cutter fights for it. Centering pass, shot, blocked out in front by the Spuds. Spuds are able to clear it out to center. Down into the Sioux Falls zone. Hannica's able to chase it. Puts the side angle shot on Lincoln, who kicks it over the near side boards. Cutter with it now. Cutter tries to shovel it to Lindbergh, who sends it back behind the net to Hannica. Hannica, Cutter in the corner. Cutter, centering pass, goes all the way over to the far side, bounces out to center. Picked up Allmendinger. Spuds are going to have to reset. Johnson tried to dump it in. It was turned the other direction by the Flyers. Sent all the way into the Moorhead zone and will be called back on icing. 14:39, second period. Face-off will come back down into the Sioux Falls zone. Lee. And Pesky to square up. Back behind the own net. Haley Watson takes it. She has it knocked up free from Retzer. Shot far side, goes just wide by Lee. Dump back down into the corner. Johnson to Hendrickson. Back behind the net. Sent along the far side wall. Guerrera turned right back into the near side corner. Handled there by Lily Guerrera. Up to the Moorhead blue, or up to the Sioux Falls blue line. Shot Lee from the point. Turned over on the near side boards. Lily Guerrera dumped in back behind the net. Guerrera and Retzer both fight for it. It's going to be Hendrickson near side. Bouncing puck out in front. Lincoln can't get it covered up. A flurry of rebound shots before she is finally able to swallow it up. Face off a go to the far side. Glove side of Maura Lincoln. Shot from the far side wall. Stick save Lincoln. Comes all the way around into the near side corner. Strand and Steen and Watson all fight for it. Strand comes away with it back behind the net. Looking to center it up. Sends it back in behind the net. Steen is going to turn it the other direction. It's going to end up with Dufault on the far side wall. She gets pinned up. Steen comes in to help. Dufault, Strand. Turned over onto the wall, Nelson. Sent all the way over onto the cross near side. Swenson chips it back down low. Strand in the corner. Tries to center it up. Block back over to the near side wall, Nelson. For Lily Guerrera. Guerrera and Strand. Steen steps in to help in the corner. She tries to carry it behind the net. It's taken away by Watson. Set off the wall. It's going to roll all the way out to center. Spuds will have to reset. Dufault at her own blue line. Flips it up into the air. Watson is there to knock it down at center ice. She'll dump it into the Moorhead zone, but that one is going to get called back. Oh, no, it's not. They ran it down. Near side now, Ness. Can't get a handle on it. She's going to have to chase it all the way into the corner. And back behind the net where she loses a handle on it to Harris. Harris and Ness. Ness, side angle shot. Up to Oakes. Oakes looks for the shot. Takes a shot. Gets the goal. Spuds are up 2-0. Shot from the blue line from Oakes puts the Spuds up by 2 with 12:32 to go here in the second. Face-off out at center, controlled by the Spuds, dumped in to the Flyers zone on the far side. Shirley and Kaylee Peterson both chased after it. I think it was playable. Ref said it was icing. So we go back down into the Moorhead zone on the far side. Held up back behind the net. Centering pass, intercepted by the Spuds, brought the other direction with Shirley. Shirley steers around one, has it knocked loose by Harris. With a kick back out to center and dumped into the Moorhead zone off the stick of Zoe Guerrera. Guerrera and Allmendinger, far side. Up the far side wall, carried down into the top of the slot. Watson's shot from the point goes wide and back behind. Near side now, or far side now. Up to Watson at the point. Watson tries to send it across. It's going to be kicked out to center by the Spuds. Now we've got Hockett, Shirley, 2 on nobody. Hockett shot, save Lincoln. Hockett picks up the rebound, drops it back to Shirley behind the net. Centering pass out front, shot. Save made by Lincoln. Spuds are getting quite a few good looks at goals here now. And throwing quite a few pucks at Lincoln. (11-11) on shots, 2-0 Moorhead lead. 11:23 left in the second, face off far side. Cutter with it now, back behind the net, sends it out front to Johnson. Johnson, far side blue line shot. Intercepted by Hanukkah. Will be turned out to center, courtesy of the Flyers, but Dufault will have it out at center. Or Cutter will have it out at center. Tries to dump it in. Sioux Falls picks it up, takes it back the other direction. Black into the near side corner. Spuds are able to pick it loose and carry it out to center. Cutter right at the red line. Has it knocked free, but it ends up down in the Sioux Falls zone. Hanukkah centering pass to Lindbergh. Lindbergh didn't even see it. Will be taken the other direction by Harris. Out through center. And we have a whistle, I think. Flyers went in offside. Flyers offside is a call. Face off just outside between Cutter and Pesca. Push down into the Moorhead zone. Zoe Guerrera back behind the Moorhead net. Tries for the shot. Goes through the crease and into the far side. Centering pass turned away Johnson now. Johnson up and off the boards. Chipped out to center. Hanukkah. She has it bounced back to her. She brings it all the way down in center to Lindbergh. Lindbergh can't get the shot away. Handled near side by Horner. She'll send it back behind her own net. Far side now. Down into the corner, Lily Guerrera. Turned up and out by Horner. Spuds are there to turn it right back the other direction. Down into the Moorhead zone, far near side. Carried in. Will be stripped on the side of the slot, bounced loose in front of Andel. The Spuds are able to chip it up high and into the air and back out to center, forcing the Flyers to reset. Lily Guerrera tries to push it ahead. Spuds are there. Chip back the other direction. It's going to come all the way down into the Flyers zone. Ref says icing. So we'll head back down to the near side, glove side of Andel. 9:21, 2-0 Moorhead lead. Face off near side. Murray. And I couldn't see who it was from the Spuds. Shot from the far side goes through the slot and into the corner. Up the half wall. Turned back down in behind the Moorhead net, centering pass. That one's going to be blocked away by the Spuds. Spuds are going to come away with it and chip it out to center. Flyers have to reset. Finally, it'll be settled down by Hendrickson near side. She takes it in, tries for the shot that'll get blocked by the Flyers and end up in the far side corner. Back behind the net now. Sent over to the far side wall. Handled by Black, sent out to center to Nelson. Nelson brings it into the Moorhead zone. Back out to center. Off the near side boards. Chip down in. It'll be far side, and the Spuds are going to go on their second penalty of the kill of the game here now. Shot far side, glove save, Andel. But the damage has been done, and the Spuds will be headed to the box. It's going to be default for tripping. So that'll put the Flyers on their second power play of the game. Face-off goes to the far side, stick side of Andel. Sent over onto the far side half wall. Oakes pins a Flyer up against the wall. Watson steps in to help. Puck is going to be pinned up hard against the wall before finally squirting loose. Taken by Zoe Guerrera, far side. Down into the corner. Once again now Oakes. Picked loose. Up to Zoe Guerrera at the blue line. She brings it into up the point. Takes a shot. Save Andel. Off the wall hard and fast by the Spuds. It's going to float all the way down into the Moorhead zone with Watson and Steen hot on its trail, but it got to the goal line and will get called back on icing. 7:32, minute 24 left on the penalty kill. Face-off goes back down into the Moorhead zone on the far side. Spuds win the draw. Watson holds it in the blue line, sends it over on the near side boards. Taken there, Zoe Guerrera, shot. Andel save. Spuds come away with it. Shirley, far side now, can't get a handle on it. Shot from the far side wall was blocked out in traffic. Shot from point blank goes up and over the top of Andel and into the back corner. Spuds are able to kick it up and out. No icing. It's going to float all the way down into the Flyers zone. Watson is going to get to it first. Swenson in her back pocket. Watson puts the brakes on, goes back the other direction. Swenson's looking to run her down. So, Watson drops it off to Horner. Horner out through center. It gets sent the length of the ice. Will be picked up in the Moorhead zone by Nelson. Nelson centering pass. Shot from the point. Blocked out in front. And gets steered down into the corner. Up to the near side blue line. Shot. Kick save Andel. Rebound loose. Top of the point. Shot. Gets redirected up into the air by the Spuds. A flurry of shots will end up with the puck over on the near side. Nelson with it. Up at the point. Far side now. Shot. Kicked away. Right back down into the corner. Back up to Nelson at the point. 7 seconds left on the penalty kill with a shot from the near side that'll get swallowed up by Andel. 5 seconds left on the Moorhead penalty kill. Face-off will go to the near side, glove side of Andel, with 6:13 left in the second. Face-off is going to be won by the Flyers. They're going to get one more shot off. It's going to get knocked down by Cutter. Spuds are back at full strength. Held up along the side of the net. Spuds are able to push it back behind. It'll come up along the far side half wall. Centering pass. They can't get the shot away. Spuds are able to kick it up and out to center. Down into the Flyers zone. It'll be run down by Harris near side. Puck gets set high up and into the air out to center. And dumped into the far side corner of the Moorhead zone. Johnson with it. Now Hanukkah. Hanukkah out to center. Near or far side brought in Lindbergh. Lindbergh shot. Glove save Lincoln. She'll hold this game at 3. Or at 2. Trying to figure out who 34 is while I'm looking at the score. 34 is Reagan Pesca. Down in the near side corner, Lee and Watson. Watson comes away with it, sends it around onto the far side boards. Handled there by Black. Black out to center. Sends it all the way down. It's going to get run down by Oakes before it can go icing. Oakes gets tripped up by Gray. No call. Oakes once again gets hooked with a trip. Shot goes just wide of the net. Ends up back behind. Centering. Flyers look to center it up. Shot from the point off the stick of Lily Guerrero went wide of the net. Far side blue line. They dump it down low. Nelson now. Nelson's shot gets turned away. Puck is going to fly all the way down into the Flyers zone. Watson plays it before it goes icing. Steen, Ref, Retzer, Watson, Black. Puck finally comes loose, and Lily Guerrero will have it back behind her own net. Out to Nelson. Nelson, near side, breaks into the Moorhead zone. She loses an edge. If they called that a tripping, I was going to be extremely disappointed. Bounced out to center. Picked up just inside their own zone. It's going to be Harris. Harris will take it back into the Moorhead zone. She looks for the shot, takes a shot, goes well wide into the far side corner. Puck slides back out to center, forcing the Flyers to reset. Near side now. Horner dumps it in. Turned right back out up to the point by the Spuds. He held up Pesca steered down into the corner. Pesca sent all the way around onto the near side half wall. Spuds control back behind the net. Puck comes loose. Spuds look to clear. He'd be sent back down into the corner off the stick of Kaylee Peterson. Centering pass intercepted by Moorhead. And they're able to bump it out to center. Watson. Over to Peterson. Flyers break the zone and are turned right back out by Moorhead. Watson now, far side. Can't keep a handle on it. It's going to float down into the Flyers zone and be sent cross-ice by Guerrera over to Horner, who dumps it into the Moorhead zone. Far side corner now. Around back behind the net we go. Shirley Ness, 2-on-2. Steers around one, loses an edge, going to slide into the back wall. Puck comes free. Picked up Lily Guerrera near side. Out to center. Oakes fights for it with two Sioux Falls skaters. Hockett comes away with it. Hockett drops it off to Shirley. Shirley tries a shot. Can't get it away. Will be pushed out to center, or almost pushed out to center. Black. Shirley shot. Save. Lincoln. Minute 53. 15-12 in favor of Sioux Falls on shots. 2-0 Moorhead lead. Lost my train of thought there. My brain is frozen. Not quite as bad as the H.A. Thompson last weekend, but it is brisk in here. Puck held up back behind the Fargo net, the Sioux Falls net. Out through center. It's going to go all the way down into the Moorhead end. That one will get called back on icing. Minute 39 to go. Faceoff comes back down into the Fargo. Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls on the far side. Held up in the far side corner now. Mess with it. Ness centering pass out to Shirley. Shirley shot gets redirected up into the air and back into the corner. Hockett with it now. Up to Ness along the boards. Back down into the corner to the Hockett. Hockett tries to set it up. It's going to come all the way out to Oakes. Oakes shot. Another save made by Lincoln. She dropped it right alongside, but the ref didn't see that, so we'll have the stoppage and the face-off on the near side. Flyers control the puck. It'll be stolen away by Moorhead. Hockett back behind the net, tries to center it up. Interception by Zoe Guerrera. Corner now. Knocked free, Hockett. Sent back behind the net, Shirley. Shirley and Peterson both fight for it. Horner is going to come away with it. Horner, Peterson back behind the net. Peterson off the wall, turned back down into the corner, courtesy of Oakes. Sent the length of the ice by the Flyers. Oakes is going to run it down well before it gets to the other end. She puts the brakes on and turns it the other direction. Out to center, Ness can't get a handle on it. Be taken back down in and dumped into the Moorhead zone. Near side corner now. Watson. She has it knocked free. It'll go back down deep behind the net. We have 4 skaters piled up along the back wall before it finally comes up to the blue line. And the horn sounds. So that's how we're going to end the second. Spuds are up 2-0. Sioux Falls is leading 15-13 on shots. We'll be back here in just a minute to start the third. You're watching Spuds Hockey on Krabby Toad Studios TV. course, once again, I forget to turn off the goal horn after the last goal, so wake up, Spuds Country. I know the camera is frozen. Please stand by. Face off at center. Is going to be pushed into the Moorhead zone, held out by Dufault. We have a quick whistle, so that will hopefully give me just a second here to turn this off and turn it back on, and there's your picture. Nope, don't do that. There we go. Face off. Dumped into the Moorhead zone near side. Dufault gets pinned up against the back wall by Nelson. Puck comes free to Lily Guerrera. Around the horn over to Johnson, far side. Spuds are able to clear it out. Cutter. Flyers move it back up into the air and back into the Moorhead zone near side now. Dufault tried to clear. He'll be held in right at the blue line. Out through center. Hanukkah, all alone, takes a shot that goes high over the net. Cutter now, far side, tries to center it up. It's intercepted. Horner, who will bring it out through center and all the way down into the Moorhead zone. She'll dump it in the near side corner and give chase. Stops up behind the back wall. She'll get clipped by Dufault. Cutter is able to bounce it out to center with the help of Lindbergh. Flyers now near side. Horner. Cross ice intercepted. Allmendinger. Allmendinger slams it off the back of the ref. So the ref held the zone for the Flyers. Near side now. Center ice. Buds are able to break it into the zone. Picked up along the near side wall. Guerrera. It'll get sent off her stick and dumped back down in behind the net. Allmendinger and Pesca near side. Centering pass, shot! Turned away. Lincoln. Flyers are going to come away with it. Off the wall, hard and fast. That one's going to slide all the way down in and get called back on icing. 14:58, third period. Spuds lead 2-0. Face off far side, Lee. And I couldn't tell who it was from Sioux Falls. Puck will end up back behind the net and be sent over on the near side half wall. Shot near side, Allmendinger will get covered up by Lincoln. And we'll have a face-off to the glove side of Maura Lincoln. It'd be Mariah. Mariah Lincoln. Steen wins the draw. Allmendinger controls. Shot goes just wide into the far side corner. Oak steps up, dumps it back in. Steen now side of the net. Spuds look to center it up. It's going to get turned over onto the near side half wall now and kicked out to center. Spuds will have to reset. Oaks just inside of her own zone. Looks to send it ahead. She'll send it off the wall over to Strand. Strand and Watson fight for it right in front of the Sioux Falls bench. Watson, Steen, Oaks, Strand, Murray. Going to be dumped into the Moorhead zone by Nelson. Round onto the near side wall now. Spuds are able to clear. Swenson to Strand. She can't get a handle on it. Back to Oaks. Oaks ahead to Strand. She can't hang on to it. It's picked loose from Zoe Guerrera. Zoe Guerrera brings it down into the Moorhead zone. Tries to look for the shot. Can't find it. Pesca now near side. Pesca brings it right around onto the doorstep. Tries for the shot that goes right into the stick of Andel and it'll cover it up. And we'll get the stoppage and play in the face-off on the near side. Shirley. And Zoe Guerrera to face off this time. Shirley wins the draw. Dufault sends it around behind the net and onto the far side wall. Bounced out to center. Ness. It's going to get run down before they can call icing on it. Play will continue. Flyers look to clear it out. They're able to do so. Down into the Moorhead zone, Zoe Guerrera near side. Puts the brakes on. Looks to center it up. Shirley is there to knock it loose. It'll end up over the near side wall. Shirley and Guerrera fight for it. Dufault turns it back over the near side wall. Guerrera dumps it in behind the net and gives chase. Far side half wall now. Shot from the blue line. Knocked down in traffic out in front of Andel. Hockett is able to kick it out to center. Shirley now near side. She'll drop it back to Hockett. Hockett brings it in. Stick handles her way right onto the doorstep of Lincoln. Puts the shot on, and Lincoln will get the save. 12:41, 2-0 Moorhead lead. Tied up at 16 now on shots. Face-off glove side of Lincoln. Flyers are going to win the draw. It'll be controlled down in the corner. Lily Guerrera. Back behind the net now. Nelson. Back over into the corner. Haneke's there to pull it loose. Centering pass. Out to Cutter. Cutter can't get the shot away. It's going to be flipped onto the side of the net from Haneke. Right into the glove of Lincoln. So once again, we'll have a face-off on the near side. Glove side of Lincoln. Spuds win the draw, but it's going to get sent all the way down into their own zone. Allmendinger will pick it up just as it enters the near side face-off circle in the Moorhead end. Back out to center now. Black. Takes it right around in front of her own goalie. Will be held up along the far side half wall. Bounced out to center. Spuds will have to reset. Oakes. Allmendinger over to Cutter. Cutter and Lily Guerrera chase it back behind the net. Off the near side, or off the far side wall, half wall, it once again slides out to center. Allmendinger picks it up just inside of her own zone. Sends it cross ice over to Cutter, who can't get a stick on it. It's going to go all the way into the Flyers zone and get called back on icing. 11:37. 2-0 Moorhead lead. Face off far side of the Moorhead zone between Lee and Zoe Guerrera. Johnson with it down in the corner. Guerrera pushes it back behind the net. Default near side now. Sends it along the wall. It's going to go all the way down into the Flyers zone before being picked up by Pesca. For Harris. Dumped once again back in behind the Moorhead net. Near side half wall. Retzer and Pesca fight for it. Pesca comes away with it. Top of the slot. Shot. Goes wide of the net and back behind. We get cleared over to the half wall by Johnson, then bounced back down in behind. Near side now. Guerrera sends it cross ice through the crease. And the Spuds are able to clear it out to center. Guerrera with it. Dumps it into the corner. Johnson picks it up. Johnson off the board, can't control it. Taking around behind the net, Black. She drives it all the way to shot. Right into the glove of Andel. Off the stick of number 16, Evelyn Berg. Andel holds this one at a 2-0 Moorhead advantage. Steen, Swenson, Strand, Oakes, Allmendinger. Face off far side. He's going to be controlled by the Spuds. Strand hard and fast along the far side boards. Sends it right in on Lincoln. It'll get kicked over onto the far side wall. Now it's back behind the net with Strand. Steen, Strand. Strand in the corner. Back behind the net. Picked up there, Lily Guerrera. Over onto the near side boards. And set back down into the corner from Allmendinger. Oakes now pushes it back in behind the net. Swenson goes after it. Swenson breaks it loose. Turn the other direction. Steen goes after it. Allmendinger at the point. Backhands it back down low. Picked up Watson. And Watson is able to clear it out to center, forcing the Spuds to reset. Puck will float all the way into the Moorhead zone, gathered up. Allmendinger. Allmendinger out to Ness. Ness tried to push it ahead to Swenson. It was intercepted and dumped back into the Moorhead zone, and the Flyers are offside. 9 minutes, 38 ticks left here in the third. Face-off is just outside the Moorhead defensive zone on the near side. Spuds control. Johnson. Ahead to Ness. They float into the corner where it's picked up by Harris. Around back the horn. Thrown back down into the near side corner from Dufault from the blue line. Wraparound trip. No call. Bounced out to center. It's going to float all the way down into the Moorhead zone. Dufault and Pesca both chase after it. Far side shot. Redirected back behind the net by Horner. Shirley comes away with it. Shirley and Hockett near side. 2-on-1 near side. One to the far. Shot right into the glove of Lincoln. She'll hold this at a 2-0 Moorhead advantage with 8:46 to go in the game. Face-off near side. Comes up to Allmendinger at the blue line, who'll dump it back behind the net. Far side corner now. Watson. Ness. Sent out front. It's going to fly all the way out to center. Be taken by Oakes. Oakes cross ice Allmendinger. Allmendinger has it knocked off her stick right back to Oakes. Oakes near side, tries to tip it ahead. It'll be picked up Watson just inside of her own zone. Near side boards now. Flyers try to clear. Shirley is at the blue line to hold it in. Second attempt is cleared out by the Flyers, and the Spuds will end up offside. 8 minutes, 4 seconds. Face-off will be near side, just outside the Flyer defensive zone. This time between Cutter and Zoe Guerrera. Cutter is going to win the draw. Flyers are going to come away with it. Pesca brings it all the way around onto the near side. Tries to dump it in. Lindbergh was in the way. She'll knock it free. Shot from Cutter inside of her own zone. Sticked off to the side. Lincoln. It'll go around back behind the net. Come all the way over onto the near side wall. Out through center. Pesca. Pesca brings it in. Takes a shot. Redirected high up and into the air off the stick of Oakes. Spuds try to clear. Held in far side blue line by the Flyers. Oakes ends up with a redirect. Oakes out to center. Oakes tries to center it up. It's intercepted and brought back the other direction by Lily Guerrera now. Over to Horner. Horner can't get a stick on it. She loses it down into the corner. Down deep now, Lily Guerrera. Off the wall, Harris. Hanukkah clears it out to center. Ends up with Lindbergh. Lindbergh breaks the zone, but has it stripped off her stick as she enters. Flyers try to turn it back the other direction. Cutter far side now. Stolen away, Flyers. Brought in near side, Harris. Harris dumps it down in behind the Moorhead net. Gathered up there, Nelson. Nelson side of the shot, covered it up by Andel. Very, very dangerous, but it landed in the right spot, and she was able to get a glove behind her and sit on it to save the goal with 6:38 to go. Face-off near side. Murray and Lee. Lee is going to win the draw. Dufault with the puck. Off the back wall to Johnson. Johnson up to Hendrickson. Hendrickson tries to send it across. It was intercepted. Murray. But the Spuds are able to clear it out to center. Flyers reset. Bring it in far side. Johnson is there to pick it loose. Far side now, Murray. Set up to the point from Johnson. Held into the blue line by the Flyers. Kicked out to center. I think it was off the stick of Murray. She'll force her teammates to reset. Dufault crosses the red line and dumps it in. Spuds go for the change. Far side corner now. Strand shot. Blocked out in front. And brought the other way by Black. Down into the Moorhead zone. Black shot. Blocked by Allmendinger. Dufault with it now back behind the net. Sends it around the horn over to Retzer on the near side. Watson is there to turn it back down into the corner. Watson. We pulled free by the other Pesca. Shot from the side is blocked by Andel. Back over onto the far side boards. Up to the blue line to Lily Guerrera, who drives it down into the corner. Sends it back up. Cross ice intercepted by Retzer. Retzer clears it out. It's going to go the length of the ice. That one will get called back on icing with 4:56 left here in the third. Faceoff comes back down into the Moorhead zone. Will be on the near side, stick side of Andel. This time it'll be number 10, Brooke Steen. And number 77, which would be Zoe Guerrera. Shot from the near side. Goes right into Andel, who will cover it up. And we'll have a Chevy 454 left on the board. 19-18 in favor of the Spuds. 2-0 Moorhead lead. Another shot from the near side blue line right into Andel. She'll swallow that one up as well. Face off once again near side. Zoe Guerrera and Brooke Steen is going to be controlled by the Spuds this time. Allmendinger. Allmendinger has it knocked away by Horner right onto the stick of Andel, who will cover it up right along the side of the net. Again, we'll face off near side. This one's going to be won by Guerrera. Handled by Pesca. Pesca brings it into the slot. Can't get the shot away. Spuds are able to push it over to the far side wall. This time it's going to be cleared out from right in front of Andel by Steen. Swenson and Pesca are going to both chase it down. Pesca's going to get there first. No icing. Play will continue. Strand far side now. Drops it off for Steen. Steen brings it in on the side of the net, looks for the shot, drives it around behind the net, centering pass, turned away Pesca. Up to Allmendinger, near side blue line. Allmendinger shot, blocked out in front traffic. Spuds go for the change. Turn back out to center. Spuds are there to intercept. Allmendinger dumps it in. Bounced off the wall and down into the Moorhead zone. No icing. It's going to slide all the way back behind the net before being touched up by Allmendinger. She'll send it around over to Ness, far side. Push back down into the corner, Watson. Back up to Ness. Ness is able to clear it out to center. Handled there, Lily Guerrera. But that forced the Flyers to reset. Shirley. Out to center. Watson runs it down just inside of her own zone. Watson. Over to Nelson, near side. Got redirected up into the air and held up right along the center line. Shirley is going to pull it loose. Shirley, Hockett, 2-on-2. Shirley centering pass over the shot and the goal. Hockett and Shirley, the back to one combination, puts the Spuds up 3-0. 3:13 left in this game. The combination of Hockett and Shirley banged another one home, giving the Spuds a 3-0 advantage. Far side, Watson. Kicked out to center now. Carried into the Moorhead zone, Guerrera. Not Guerrera, Horner. Near side now, Pesca. Pesca down into the corner. Looks to center it up. Dufault is there. She's going to have to send it back up to the near side blue line to Lily Guerrera. She tried to send it down low. Was turned away by Shirley. Puck ends up now back behind the Moorhead net. Johnson, centering pass, turned over to the wall. And out. That was definitely offside, but the ref said no. That time it was definitely cleared out. Ness gets pushed off the puck by Zoe Guerrero. They both end up going back behind the net. Far side corner. Horner back behind the net, fights with a can't tell who. Shot from the side is kicked away by Lincoln. And now Zoe Guerrero brings it out across the half line. Dumps it into the corner of the Moorhead zone. Johnson tries to send it out. He's intercepted by Black. Black down into the corner. Tries to center it up. Hockett is there on the near side. Tries to clear it out. It'll end up bouncing back down to Shirley. Shirley tried to clear it out. This time she's able to do it. Up and off the boards. Black will chase it down. Nope, not Black. It's going to be Peterson. Peterson chased it down just inside of her own zone. Minute 35 left. Pinched up at the Moorhead, or the Flyer blue line. Haneke's able to take it back down in and dump it behind the Flyer net. Into the far side corner. It'll come up to Oakes at the blue line. Oakes down to Cutter. Cutter centering pass from the point. Allmendinger. Her shot gets redirected over on the near side wall. Down in the corner, Peterson. Peterson up, cross ice, intercepted Oakes. But the Flyers are going to be able to clear it out with exactly 1 minute left here in this game. Oakes will have it inside of her own zone. Cross ice, Allmendinger. Allmendinger backhands it out to center. Lindbergh dumps it in. Pesca picks it up inside of her own zone, brings it back out through center. Steers around Allmendinger. Ends up getting driven right back behind the net. 38 seconds to go. Far side corner, puck comes loose. Oakes steers it back the other direction. Cutter will have it right behind her own net. Allmendinger now back behind the net. Allmendinger gets pushed into the wall by Zoe Guerrero. Horner comes in to help. Allmendinger comes away with it. She drops it off for Haneke. Haneke has it stripped off her stick. Zoe Guerrero near side, looks for the shot. Takes the shot that goes off the side of the cage. 8 seconds. Up along the far side. One more shot goes wide as it gets redirected by the Spuds. 2 seconds. One done. Spuds are going to win this one 3-0. And that means they will go on to play tomorrow morning at 9:45 for the, I believe, 5th place. So that's going to wrap this one up. That's how it's going to end. Spuds are going to take it by a final of 3-0. They'll advance to the 5th place game tomorrow morning at 9:45. So with that, we're going to wrap this one up, call it a night, go find some food, go find some warmth. So for my camera operator, Lisa Swenson, I'm Seth. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early at 9:45. You've been watching Krabby Toad Studios TV and 15 UA Hockey.